welcome back. So today's video is going to be a baby mommy video. It is going to be all about the 6 to 9 month baby must-haves. Our baby girl is now 10 months old, and I wanted to share with you the products that we found essential or very helpful during the time when she was 6 to 9 months. So our baby has 2 teeth, so she's definitely teething. And we love teethers for her. The little banana Nuvi teether was really good for her to like chew on. She really obviously enjoyed that. Teething toys in general, anything that they can gnaw on, they're definitely going to be, even if they haven't popped any teeth yet, a lot of babies love wub nubs, pacifiers, things that they just put in their mouths and suck, especially at bedtime. But for us, it was just getting through those nights when she was a little fussy. There were like 5 wake-ups in one night all of a sudden out of nowhere, you know, and sure enough, the next day, up popped some teeth. So just something to keep in mind for your 6 to 9 month old. We didn't actually need it, but our pediatrician said it was okay to use, you know, Tylenol here and there, or even a little bit of Orajel on their gums, so you might want to have that on hand. We only actually used it, I think, once or twice, and I'm not sure how good it was for our kid, but I know for some people they are really helpful. Also, people swear by those amber Baltic teething necklaces, but we don't want to have anything like that around her neck, especially because we have to take it off every time she needs to sleep, or it could choke her, and I was just like, no. But I know a lot of people like those amber Baltic teething necklaces, so something to keep in mind if you are into that or looking for a solution for your teething baby in that age range. Also, our kid was so mobile and didn't want to sit still during that period. As soon as she realized she could get up and crawl and move, that is what she wanted to do. So she loved her bouncer. She loved to like basically stand up in the bouncer. She hardly like sat her butt in the chair, but she just bounced around. So I will put some pictures, videos, links, things like that in this video and down in the description box, whatever I have, to kind of show you guys. But you know, Fisher-Price, VTech, all great brands that make these items that I'm talking about. But a bouncer of some kind, there are so many different ones on the market. Especially ones with things all around them that they can grab and touch, and those toys that have a ring that is open, almost like a key ring that's like almost a total ring, and so you can slip the item you want to hang that ring from on into the ring, and then the baby can't take it off. So we would use those to clip onto the stroller, onto the cart, onto the bouncer. So that they always have different toys to chew on, to look at, to rattle, to, you know, that make noise or squeak or whatever. So I really like a bouncer for mobility, but then I like to change out the toys around it so that they have something stimulating and buys you more time with your hands free. Let's get down to it. That's the truth. Is mama's got to make herself a sandwich or she's going to go crazy. Here, sit in your bouncer, don't cry at me. I don't know, but if you're a mom, you've probably been there. So finding something that entertains them for like 2 minutes so you can go pee and make yourself a glass of water was like really nice. So I swear by the bouncer. She didn't love that as much though as the next thing I'm going to talk about, our walker. This kid loved her walker, still loves it, even though she can just about walk now on her own. She can definitely cruise around furniture. She still will sit in the walker and cruise around the living room, you know, freely. But basically, we just sat her in there, and it might have been a little early. It was like around 5 months. As soon as she could sit up, her feet couldn't even quite touch the floor. You have to change the the height of the seat for the bouncer in the walker, but we changed it so that her feet barely touched the floor, and she started moving around the house, moving backwards, you know, aiming and changing directions and turning and move forwards and backwards as she wanted, and she loves it. That's how she was first able to get into trouble. It was amazing for her. I mean, it was good for us too, but she would like realize like, hey, I've never been able to touch that thing before, but now I'm mobile. And she would just like wheel over to the cords where we charge our phones, or she'd wheel herself over to the area where we have the projector screen for our TV, you know. Or, ooh, I can get over to this area where the dog is. And so she would go harass the dog for a little bit, and the dog would be like, oh, she's going to touch me. The dog chased the dog around the house. So really like the bouncer, really like the walker. Walker definitely wins. Another essential are jammies. A lot of babies right around 6 months start rolling, and you can't have them in swaddles with their arms in anymore because they need to be able to, if they roll onto their belly, they need to be able to push up so they don't suffocate in with their face buried in the mattress, right? So we started doing footy pajamas. You know, arms are in, but they're flexible and they can move. So we started doing footy pajamas. So no more swaddles for us. We switched to footies, and we've been loving them ever since. They got us through the winter when it's a little bit colder. They can't use a blanket yet, you know, until they're over a year in their crib because of the suffocation hazard again. So we like having her in something nice and warm. We didn't have to worry about her feet getting cold or is she warm enough. You know, these were really helpful. So if you have swaddled your baby before the 6-month mark, you might consider changing to jammies or just swaddling with their arms out if that's something you're into. But that's something we had to do because Daisy was definitely more mobile and didn't want to sit still and couldn't be trusted with her arms in. And we didn't want to worry about her not having a blanket and being cold. Other must-haves for babies 6 to 9 months. Food, baby food. Our baby loved purees. Kind of took a little bit of getting used to. That first couple of weeks there, she was like, what? But I'm just going to list a bunch of baby things that she loves. She loves like Gerber pureed baby foods, level 1s, level 2s. I think she started level 3s right around 8 months. Those are the crawler ones that have more chunks in them so that they can actually practice chewing and stuff. But level 1s are usually one food, like just apples, just pumpkin, just sweet potato. And then level 2s tend to be like sweet potato and carrots, sweet potato and apple, sweet potato and peaches, you know, whatever. And then they're a little bit thicker, a little bit chunkier. And then level 3s are like visible chunks in them so they can practice chewing. So you'll want to look and, you know, talk to your pediatrician about what level's correct for your kid based on their age. And Daisy loved eating. So, you know, baby spoons, bibs. I recommend the wipeable kind of bibs. They don't need to be like sent into the washer and dryer 100 times a week, so you don't need 20 of them. You can actually just pop them right into the sink, wash them off, and good to go, good to use for the next meal. We have a lot of cloth bibs because we got them from her cousins that, you know, didn't use the bibs, so they gave them to us. And the cloth bibs, she can only use them once and then they're just completely ruined. They're either stained or they just need a good washing in the washing machine. So we have to own like 20 bibs because I'm sorry, I don't do laundry every day. So I think that it's a good idea to just invest. If you're going to buy things, buy the washable, wipeable bibs, especially the bibs with the little cup. You know, they hang from the neck and then they have like a little outie thing that catches things that they eat, because when they start eating with their hands, even if you do baby-led weaning and your baby just gets strips of food instead of purees or puffs or anything like that, you're going to want something that can catch the food that they drop. Our dog doesn't mind. She will definitely take care of any mess that our baby leaves around the high chair, in the seat of the high chair. Once we take the baby out and mealtime's over, the bib is off, our dog Penny will just go and investigate what's left in the high chair, and she'll come and eat whatever's left in the seat. So that's super helpful. She'll clean up the floor and everything. But I also like the disposable bibs. You can buy them at the dollar store or in the baby section. They're like paper, but they have a little sticker. And then when you're in a restaurant, you can just throw it away. Same thing with disposable placemats. You can put those on the table at a restaurant so your baby can eat solids right off the table without getting either the germs from the table on their food or their food all over the table and make you feel like such a bad customer because you just left the table covered in sweet potato mush, right? So disposable placemats, disposable bibs are really cool. Even disposable spoons for your diaper bag are super useful when you're out in public, but not necessarily cost effective, so keep in mind your budget. Definitely not necessities, but they might help. Also, Daisy loves puffs. They're just little like crunchy cereal, but they put them in their mouth and they dissolve with the spit, you know, so they don't have to chew. If they don't have a lot of teeth yet or any teeth, they work just fine. But she really loves those, and those buy me time when we're out in public and I need her to be good for a little bit longer. Like we're in line at the store and she's starting to get a little fussy and I'm like, oh, we're waiting. I'm like, please hurry, please hurry, please hurry, because I don't want her to have a meltdown in the line at Target. I'll hand her a couple of puffs and then she's like, and she's happy again. But my favorite baby food for this time, besides like the regular like breast milk and purees, is teething wafers. These are by Oh Baby. Is that what they're called? Happy Baby, and they have sweet potato and carrot. They have like a banana, sweet potato banana, I think it is. They have like a blueberry and something flavor, but they're basically like little rice cake or like wafers that are like a little teething biscuit, right? They just hold it in their mouth and they hold it themselves because it's large. It's like a granola bar size. Like this is like palette, but you know. And they just sit there and they hold it and they can eat it. And it's so amazing because she self-fed and would pace herself. And yeah, half the time it would end up broken and on the floor, but it taught her how to feed herself, and it gave me my hands free, and it made her happy and kept her quiet. And I found those super helpful. I mean, we've only given them to her a couple a week ourselves, but my in-laws give them to her at you know, for snack and stuff. And they still have vegetables. I still prefer she eats fruits and vegetables a lot, but you know what? Sometimes you just need to keep them busy, keep them happy. If it's like I'm in the car, I'm driving, and then she starts having a meltdown, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Hand her a teething biscuit. She can feed herself. And there are 2 in the pack, but a serving is actually 4 biscuits. So don't worry, like if your kid seems to be going through them really fast. But let's see. Also, for us, you know, just bath toys, because she started sitting up in the big girl bathtub at this time rather than just in the sink. And she really liked to splash, and she likes to play with toys and toys that squirt water. And so I think it's good to have like a nice bubble bath and all this stuff that they can play with in there. Maybe a bath seat, something to protect them, towels, bath soap, stuff like that, you know, the normal stuff. But toys, they're definitely more into toys. Initially it was lights and sounds only, you know, at 3 months, all that caught their attention was like flashing lights, you know, or like when something made a noise, they would look over at it. That's about it. Maybe they want to touch something and shake it like a rattle. That was it. Maybe kick their feet. Now at 6 to 9 months, you're seeing them crawl and chase toys across the room. So we have like a lobster that, or a clam, I think it's a lobster, that like crawls across the room and it goes like, catch me, and then it runs away, and then she crawled after it. And we had a kitty cat one that, VTech, I think it was, like, catch me if you can, and she would just go and catch it and you know, crawl after it. Toys like that are on a string, the puppy on the string, she can hold the string and then crawl around, or you know, and drag it. So they might be advanced if your child isn't like as mobile as ours was, but she really liked interactive toys. She liked the chuckle ball. The chuckle ball is this ball that has like little monster looking things on the outside, and you turn it on, put batteries in it, and throw it, and it goes and it vibrates really hard. And so the baby can hold it, and it like shakes them. And then also, because it vibrates, it's like bouncing on the floor, and it like changes direction and like bounces really high. And she found it fascinating, and it ran out of batteries. We need to replace them. But she really liked that, so I think your kid might like it too. Runs through batteries kind of quickly, but provided a lot of entertainment for us. It made her giggle. Books are really good. They're starting to learn at this age about their body parts, about people. They like to look at things, textured books. Textures are really fun, like Fuzzy Bunny. We have a Fuzzy Bunny book that she likes. Books that have rough textures, soft textures, fuzzy things, you know. And books that pull out, that have pop-ups, things that are going to capture their interest. Small amount of words, colorful pictures, even books that make sounds, that have music that go along with them. And that reminds me, music. Our daughter started loving music around 6 months. And, I mean, she loved it from the beginning, but even more so to where we would say, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. And she started clapping around 9 months, but she would just light up with music. So if you don't have like a Google Home or an Amazon Alexa or something like that where you can like play music like quickly, you have your phone, you can just play a song like The Wheels on the Bus or something like that, so your kids can listen to music. And again, it buys you some sanity when they're getting a little bit fussy. It's like almost nap time, almost bedtime. Throw on some music and dance around, and they just like love it. I've never met a kid at this age that doesn't love music. It just has, you have to find the right stuff. Like they're not going to want to watch, like listen to Metallica or something, but anything that's like bouncy and happy and has a good beat, you know, they're going to like it. So that is something I would definitely invest in, is something to listen to music on, or speakers in your house. I know a lot of kids at this age also like Mickey Mouse on TV. We haven't actually introduced our daughter to television, really. I mean, we have TV on for us, but we don't put on cartoons for her. So just something to think about. If you do want to have your kids start watching TV, screen time should probably be limited, but I hear they love Mickey Mouse. That's just from my sister's wisdom and a lot of other moms I know, their first TV show was Mickey Mouse. As far as clothing goes, around 6 to 9 months, probably closer to 9 months, we started actually putting our daughter in shoes every single day because she stands and she likes to stand and walk while she's holding her hands and cruise around furniture. Like I said, it depends on how mobile your child is, but ours needed shoes on all the time because she was walking, she was in the playground, she was, her socks were getting filthy, and we started putting her in pants every day. It happened to be winter, so it worked out, but in Arizona you can kind of get away with shorts and skirts and things all winter because it's only like 60 to 70 degrees, but she needed something on her knees for crawling. So even if it's summertime, you might consider those like leg warmer things. They're like not quite thigh highs, they don't have a foot. They're not socks because they don't have the foot, but they do cover the knees so that they can crawl. And then some shoes, good shoes. Stride Rights I hear are really good. That's what we had for our daughter's first pair of tennis shoes to help her learn to walk. And that was something that I would have invested in, but we ended up getting them for free from my stepsister. But those are the must-haves and essentials that we found for 6 to 9 month old babies. Stay tuned. I will be doing a 1 year one of these, a 1 year episode or part of this series a little bit later. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.